Hey, everybody. Welcome to Used to Be a Spy. This is our Burn Notice rewatch podcast. This is season 1, episode 7 of Burn Notice, and I forget the name title of the show, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm producer Dave. You can find me on Blue Sky at Plex-Dave, and my co-host.
I'm the Media Wench. You can find me here on Echoplex Programming, wherever you find that, on Kick, on Odyssey, on fucking twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. You can find me on Blue Sky at the Media Wench, what the fuck ever. Yeah, and we have a returning champion.
I am Sylph. You can find me on my own channel at twitch.tv/Sylphweed. And Sylph like my name, and then weed like the stuff you smoke. And you can also find me on YouTube if you look up Sylph Uncensored. I do a show there with Matt. And then if you want to follow me, you can follow my Mastodon at port87.social/@hperrin, I believe it is.
Oh, very good. Very good. So this show is a poorly done, poorly scripted, and especially poorly read script rewatch podcast of Burn Notice. Here's the things we look out for during the show, and these aren't the only things we look out, but here's some of the main themes that we go characters welcome, any cool guest stars. As such, so far that the answer to that has been no. So far, was anybody besides Fiona hitting on Michael? And instead of was Marilyn manipulating people, like how manipulative was Marilyn being is a better question. Did they do any terrorism? That's an important question. And then Magic Mike, were there any plot holes where it was just not explained how Michael like did something or got out of a situation? My favorite thing to look for is collateral damage. Like, did anybody that they ran into just get completely fucked over through no fault of their own, just by virtue of, I don't know, being in the same room as Michael and Fiona or whatever? And then was Sam Axe extra horny at any point? And if we go back to the first episode, that's a high fucking bar. And then we look for bad OPSEC. Like, is there anything that even we notice would probably get you caught? So I guess we're going to get started. If you can imagine, this episode opens at a cafe, an outdoor cafe / restaurant, and Jason Bly, who we met before, walks up, and Michael loudly says his name and shakes the guy's wallet and ID around. Hey, look, everybody, here's a Fed. And then Michael tells Bly that he just stole the wallet to get to know him better. And Bly says that he's been getting to know Sam, Fee, Michael, and Mom. And then Michael suggests that this is just between him and Bly, but Bly disagrees. Bly talks about Michael and Fee's complicated on-again, off-again relationship, and he's not wrong. And then Fee drives up, and Bly says that the car was stolen about 3 weeks ago, and that she's got guns that she's been dealing in the trunk. And it turns out that Bly set them up, and the cops come, sirens ablazing. Anybody surprised that Fiona had a bunch of guns in the trunk of a car?
No.
I'm kind of surprised that Bly knew about it. Like, how did he know?
He probably sold her the guns.
Maybe. Okay.
So Michael runs up to oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, but we haven't gotten to the whole point yet, so go ahead.
So Michael runs up to the car and tells Fee to drive, which she does quickly. Fee says she got a good deal on some guns, and then the two argue about Fee's work. And then they ditch the car at a parking garage and split up, agreeing to meet at the loft.
So this is where you were 2 sentences behind what the point I was going to make is she got those guns cheap. Bly had to have set her up, right? Because no girl is going to resist a discount on, markdown guns. Number one. Number two, this tracks as if you watch one of our other friends' shows who watches a lot of cop chases. Best place to lose the cops is a parking garage. Best place to lose the cops, or a helicopter or whatever. So I know this is a question for later in the podcast, but this is some of the, like, it's taking itself a little more seriously. I think this is the best episode so far. I really enjoyed this one.
So, while this is going on, Michael says something about like, you only have like a small window to escape the cops, or else they'll show up with like backup and helicopters and stuff. And I'm thinking like he's on foot at this point, and Bly called the cops, apparently. Why wasn't there backup already, and why did he not get caught?
So that actually, you notice they don't show any part of them escaping, right? It just cuts to the loft. This is that Magic Mike thing where they're just like, how did they escape the cops? Who fucking cares?
Well, they escaped on foot. They jumped out of the car. They left the car in the parking garage. They jumped out while only one cop was chasing them around. Literally one cop was chasing them around, and they ran off in different directions.
Yeah, I think they only had 1 star at that point. And it's pretty easy to lose the cops when you only have 1 star.
You're early in the chase. You haven't even earned any hot pursuit points yet.
So back at the loft, Fee is waiting for Michael, and Fee actually hitchhiked home, if you could imagine. I'm surprised she didn't snap the neck of the guy who picked her up, but that is what it is.
Just take the car.
I fucking needed a new car. Should have stole the guy's car. Fee is thirsty as usual, asking if she is Michael's friend or his family, and Michael ignores this bullshit and says that he's going to war with Bly. He needs to put some cash together. This is, of course, Fee's being thirsty. They're playing this a little too, it's a little too much. They're playing it too hard, I think, on her and Michael.
Yeah, it gets really kind of fucking awkward in this one too.
Right. It's because she's like a gun runner and was like a member of the IRA and stuff. You'd think she'd be a little bit more independent than to just be like hanging on some man's every word. Because as like an operative, you would learn that doing something like that gets you killed because somebody knows where the fuck you are.
Well, it's not just that though, and I think it kind of goes the other way. I feel like Fee is very like controlling, and she just wants to have control over Michael. Like she loves him, but she loves him because she wants to control him. It's very codependent type thing.
Like she loves him like somebody loves their cat that they don't really take care of but thinks is cute.
Yeah, she loves him like a purse dog. Like she wants him for a purse dog.
Michael is Fiona's fucking purse dog.
Yeah.
That is a good observation. Yeah, like a purse dog.
Yeah.
So usually they explain how the job came to be, but in this episode, with no explanation of how this job came to be, we meet Ernie Paseo,
jumped to the
client.
job.
No idea how this. Michael just knew him. I don't know.
The explanation was down at the bottom. It called him the client. That's the explanation.
He heard it through the grapevine.
Maybe they met at a hipster coffee shop. I don't know.
These are things that definitely, almost certainly, yes, happened.
So Ernie's
also, you find out kind of later in the episode that Ernie basically gives this guy complete control over his life. It's like either he succeeds or Ernie's just done for. And as far as we know, Ernie doesn't know this guy.
Right. No, we don't even know how Michael came to fucking know that Ernie exists.
Yeah.
There's a big plot hole. But anyway, Ernie's a bodega owner who is tired of paying protection money to organized crime. We find out the crime boss is a woman, and Michael comments on how progressive that is. Ernie references Javier from episode 1, saying that Michael helped with his kids. So that explains how Ernie knew who Michael was. But Michael's not in the fucking phone book. You would assume he's not on Facebook, all Michael Weston's spy.
Right. And it's not like he has the same fucking phone number all the time. How to Javier just not just give him a phone number.
Right. Like
he's got the spy for hire ad in the classifieds.
They go
through so many fucking burners. It's like Michael Murphy's fucking lost phone number, 872.
So Ernie offers Michael 20 grand to get the goons out of the neighborhood. And Michael rightly says that going after organized crime is a bit difficult, but since he needs the money, he takes the job. 10 grand now and the rest after. And Michael steals a hat from the boat. Well, to be fair, he asks. But you say no?
No, he gave him right. But he gave him a little nod and the guy gave him a little finger. You get the cues.
Okay, so as he's walking away, Michael's phone rings. It's not his mom, it's Sam. And Sam's on a balcony locked out by his girlfriend. Apparently, Bly spoke to Sam's girlfriend saying that Sam's been cheating on her and she is not happy. Sam always be having lady trouble. And that's because he always be looking for a meal ticket or a Cadillac, maybe.
You're looking for the BBD.
So I didn't understand in this scene here. Sam says that she hit him with a meat tenderizer. But then he's on the balcony, and is he locked out? How did he get on the balcony? Because she was trying to hit him. Why'd she lock him on the balcony?
Yeah, I don't know. You would think maybe he
was he holding it closed?
You would think that he would run out the front door if he had to run away.
I don't know. Some of them condo buildings in Miami be pretty tall.
Yeah, he can't jump off the balcony. That's for sure. Also, it didn't appear that he was actually hit with a meat tenderizer.
No, unless she has very poor aim.
He's like anything but the jaw. Anything but the jaw. Don't hit me in the jaw.
Not in the moneymaker. Not in the moneymaker.
So Michael meets Sam and Fee on a restaurant patio. I think this is their favorite place to hang out, actually. It seems like they keep meeting at the same restaurant, which if you wanted to kill them, you'd just...
Again, poor offset.
Sam immediately starts complaining. Sam immediately starts complaining about the situation with Bly. Michael tells Fee and Sam that the crime syndicate is run by Concha Ramirez, and Sam says that organized crime is a pain in the ass. Fee seems happy that the plan is to scare Concha and crew. Michael gives Sam some money to buy gifts for his girlfriend, who is beating him with the meat tenderizer.
So Sam mentions in a previous episode that he's banned from basically every bar in Miami.
Oh, that might be the one that he's not banned from.
Yeah.
And that's why they go to restaurants. Because restaurants aren't bars.
So up next, Sam and Fee are doing surveillance, and Fee complains about the car, which is just like a normal car for the era. It's just got a current or fairly modern Dodge Neon. But Sam says Veronica was going to give him a Cadillac, and Fee asks what Sam could possibly be doing to this woman, and of course Sam says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" Through the binoculars, we can see Concha. Sam immediately comments on her looks. She's instructing one of her goons on how to do the goon stuff. Michael, Fee, and Sam set up in the neighborhood, just kind of hanging out to surveil the situation. Some goons get into Diego Cruz's car, and they drive off. Diego Cruz,
I like this. I like this scene between Fee and Sam because it's like another one of those little more friendly scenes that they have, but it seems like a little more, it's like a little softer. It's like Fee's kind of like not playing such a trying to be one of the dudes hard-nosed chick. She's actually kind of a little bit, wants to help Sam a little bit. Sam is not being such a whore and really wants to like kind of get it in with this one lady and feels like fucking bad that she feels upset. So I like this little kind of dynamic thing that they have going on in this instance here.
Yeah, they're slowly becoming like best friends.
Yeah.
So now back at the loft, Fee and Michael discuss the protection racket being run by Concha's gang. Fee says that Sam's romantic side is surprising, and Michael cuts her off because he knows this is a red herring for Fee to talk about the lack of romance for Michael.
Right.
Their relationship is getting overplayed. I think that they're just, I don't know why they're overplaying it like this. There's so many better. There have been so many better ways to have written this.
At the end of all this part, I'll tell you why.
So, back in the barrio or whatever,
where the fruit carts are.
Yeah, where the fruit carts are. Don't forget to follow us on social media for beautiful food and inspiration. We're finally bringing fresh fruit to the barrio. Back in the barrio, Michael shows up dressed in black jeans and a sleeveless shirt carrying a bat. He walks into Ernie's shop and says he needs to smash some stuff up. Ernie, not happy with this. Michael tells Ernie to spread the word that some psycho robbed his place. So Michael, no alias really yet, just crazy guy in tank top, smashes up the place. Upon leaving, Michael says that his job is to be a psycho, and that's the hard part. He walks out and lets out a
best he's looked in the series so far. I like crazy smashing up shit, Michael.
So in season 3, there's an outfit that he's going to wear. If we ever get to season 3, there's an outfit that he's going to wear that is perfect.
Get to season 3.
Does this plan here seem extremely contrived to you guys?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yes, definitely.
Okay. He's just gonna like do some crimes in the area, and the crime syndicate and this is one of those. Like, this place has too much crime.
Well, this is one of those scenarios too, where it's like there's a lot of like collateral damage in this, like in these parts here, and a lot of like there just isn't any kind of police coverage in this fucking space, because any number of the things that he pulled off in this to try to like assert some domination over the fucking local mafia would have drawn heap loads of attention from many sources.
So Michael, who doesn't really have an alias, I thought about making up a name for the crazy guy, but like whatever, he just doesn't seem to have an alias in this, or at least a name. He's like sort of kind of dancing and standing by a car with a bat, and then two guys walk up, one asking why Michael is sitting on his car, and Michael just is like, get out of the neighborhood. They ask why, and Michael says, because it's mine. And then he proceeds to whoop that ass and swings the bat, yelling, and they're out of here, and drops the bat and walks off.
True psychopath fashion.
So these guys probably have guns, and he doesn't even hit the one guy with the bat. He just drops the one guy with a punch and then hits the other guy with a bat. And I'm thinking, as he's walking away from this after dropping his bat, he has no weapon, no protection, just back against the enemy. And that guy only took a punch, and he probably has a gun. Michael's
Again, it's asserting
here.
It's asserting a level of dominance that you are no longer afraid of these people, that you are walking away from them unarmed and with your back to them. That's like,
Yes, so.
That's a level of fucking confidence that was very ballsy.
Yeah. This is
very
a kind of
pre-Negan. It reminds me a lot of Negan from The Walking Dead.
This is a theme in a lot of his aliases, right? Where he sort of acts like he's unafraid of these terrifying people.
Just so cocky cranked up to fucking 11, dude. It's just not even right.
So the goons go to meet Diego, who I didn't explain earlier is Concha's number 2 in charge. And he asks what happened, and the goons say they don't know, that there was some crazy man. Sam and Fee are watching from the car. Fee asks Sam why he's constantly checking his phone, and Sam, says it's the lady's friend, and he's waiting for Fee to call. Fee makes the conversation about her and Michael, but the two have kind of a cute friend moment nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. They get a good couple of cute moments in this episode.
Yeah, I believe this was the part where she was like, "What did you write on the card?" And he goes like, "I wrote, I'm sorry." And she's like, "No, you don't say you're sorry." It's like, it's a card. And she tells him to like express who he truly is or something. And it's like, it's a card.
Like, no, you don't want Sam to express who he truly is. You really don't. No.
That is true. So Michael arrives at his apartment, the loft, and Bly is sitting at the top of the stairs that go up to the apartment. Bly says Michael needs to settle down and find something to do that doesn't create problems for the intelligence community. And Bly said he set up Michael with a security job at a bank, and Michael says he'd think about it. And Bly leaves. And then Michael calls Barry from, I think, episode 1, who is a little bit Flavor Town coded.
We like Barry.
We do like Barry. And he says that he and Barry need to meet. So I'm glad they brought Barry back. I'm glad they brought Barry back, because Barry is kind of like a bit of a comic relief and kind of a good foil to these like killers, essentially, where Barry's like a criminal, but clearly not capable or interested in violence in any sort of way. So he's kind of a good like yin and yang. Like he's more like a white collar criminal, although he's always wearing a Hawaiian shirt. You
feel a little relief when Barry's on the scene,
right? You're like, okay, they might. Less people might get their lives fucked up.
We're bringing it down, and we're going tech now.
So, like as I mentioned here, Michael and the very Flavor Town coded Barry are doing a bit of a walk and talk, and Michael asks Barry to set up a fraudulent business for Bly. Barry is not happy with the offer of $3,000 to do 10 felonies, probably including like wire fraud, bank fraud, get himself on the Interpol list. And then Michael's like, "Well, I'll owe you one."
Service after your ass.
And Michael says, "Well, I'll owe you one." And honestly, I mean, having Michael owe you one is probably pretty good. So he agrees. And honestly, when was the last time anybody ever told Michael they wouldn't help him? For being a bird spy, the guy sure is pretty popular.
Right. He made a lot of connections. Good spies make a lot of connections.
It's weird because he hates Miami, but everybody there sure seems to like him.
Right.
So Michael and Ernie meet, and then they go for a walk and talk. Ernie complains that he gave Michael money and never sees him. Michael explains that it's not going to look good if they're hanging out after he's supposed to be the crazy person that bashed up his shop, and Ernie is still impatient.
And kind of I got turned off a little on Ernie at this point because I'm like, you know what? You called him. You know what he's about. And then you're going to get all kind of little, demandy, fucking dramatic out of it. No.
In Ernie's defense here, Michael has busted up his shop and made things worse so far.
Yeah.
Things always get worse before they get better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Michael's just a bit of an accelerationist, I suppose. Speaking of accelerationism, Michael ambushes some goons in an alley, and it's fucking wild. He shoves dumpsters up against the car so the people can't get out. He then proceeds to use a drill to disable the car. He then uses that drill to poke holes in the car's roof and pours turpentine into the car. The guys inside are freaking out, as you do when you think somebody's about to burn you alive. They pull guns, and Michael is holding a lighter, and he says he'll torch the car. Michael takes their money and jumps up and down on the roof of the car and then runs off.
The neighborhood is mine. Raw.
Great scene.
And then
It was a great scene.
Around the corner is Diego, Concha's number 2, and he's waiting and pulls a gun on Michael, which is weird because you would think that Michael would have a gun. Also, like just generally in this series, when people pull guns on Michael, he just breaks their arm, right? Like why did he break this old man's arm?
Because he's trying to get in good with the boss.
Oh, that's right. So Diego takes Michael to Concha, and she pours some drinks and explains to Michael that she's trying to get the business owners to leave so that she can buy the property in the area for cheap. Concha suggests Michael work for her. Michael tries to turn down the offer, but it's one of them offers you can't refuse.
Oh.
Also,
never refuse a lady boss.
Concha's a badass.
So
Concha is a badass.
These guys in the car that Michael disables have guns. I assume 4 guns at least, because there's 4 guys in the car.
Oh, but once the turpentine's going, like there's this myth, right, that a gun just ignites fires. Like,
but they had like 30 seconds before he started doing the turpentine when he's just drilling into their car, and none of them are shooting at him.
They don't want to put more holes in the roof.
Because he might fall through. And then you'll have a Michael in your car, and you don't ever want that.
So Michael, in his role as Concha's new henchman, is out doing some collections with Diego. Diego tells some old back-in-the-day ass stories and saying things are just too complicated now. Fee happens to be hanging around, and Michael goes to a car that Fee is in, pulls a gun, and she doesn't seem too impressed with that. And he's like, hey, sell this.
It was pretty funny.
And then Fee screams and just fucking beats his ass, kind of.
Like 3 sucker punches in a row, blah, 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 like super fast. He's like, come on, you gotta play along. And she's like, oh yeah, bat, 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 and gives him 3 more haymakers. You're like, okay.
So somehow after losing a fight, he manages to get her purse anyway. And then Diego is not impressed. And he's like, we got to talk to Concha about this. A little bit high profile, just whooping random ladies' asses for nothing in their car.
He didn't really whoop her ass. She whooped his ass.
Yeah.
She whooped his ass.
Stole her purse.
Yeah. It's funny. Like the only person in this show that it seems that Michael can't beat in a fight is Fiona.
Definitely by design.
Yeah. So back at the loft, Bly is again waiting for Michael, all casual like, and Michael offers him a yogurt because that's the only thing in the fucking fridge.
Ever.
But Bly had already eaten one, which is awesome because Michael has gone around eating everybody else's food like constantly during this show and stealing their alcohol.
Takes your drinks, takes your bottles, sits at your seat, like does not give a fuck.
So Bly extorts Michael, saying that his brother Nate could end up in jail, and which I would be like, go ahead and throw Nate in jail. Fuck Nate. Or that Fee has some former associates who would really like to know where she is. My money is on Fee. And then Michael agrees to take the security job guard, and then Bly leaves, and then Michael becomes a security guard, and then the show's over.
That's great. Great episode, everybody. Thanks for watching our series about Burn Notice.
Yeah, it's too bad we never found out what happened to the guy who had the shop.
Yeah.
So,
Ernie.
like, sorry, I work at a bank now. Please tell Contra not to rob the bank. I don't want to deal with that. So back at Concha's restaurant, Michael and Diego are there, and Michael's giving Concha the razzle dazzle, and she asks Diego to leave, and Concha tells Michael that Ernie is a problem that he can make go away. After a montage of women in bathing suits, I think we should check and see who the director is, or who the director is. There's probably, because there's a lot of different directors and writers cycling through. And I bet there's one of the directors or writers that does the montage of the chicks in bathing suits, right? It's probably one of them that does it, because it's not every episode.
Do they do that maybe to kind of indicate what part of Florida they're in? Because then I was kind of thinking about that too, because every time that like Michael's in his assumed identity and he's going to go fucking deal with some people. And then they kind of do that little montage thing about like, you know, things that are kind of around the area to kind of set the scene, because they don't really do any like wide shots or anything where they have like, you know, big areas of fucking scenery or anything. It's always very tight, like right in a small area. So I don't know. I think that maybe they're just showing like, oh, well, they're back home up by Miami Beach or whatever, instead of being down. I don't know.
Or
That
at a hotel pool, because that's all there is women's butts and tits at a hotel pool.
Yeah, exactly.
No wedgies this time, so that's good.
No, they fixed that problem. Somebody complained, wrote a strongly worded letter.
So back at the loft, Michael and Fee are making a homemade firebomb, and the bomb is placed in a duffel bag, and then Michael heads off, apparently, I guess, to fucking go blow something up.
We're off to blow some shit up.
After another one of Michael's, like, you know, if you're an experienced whatever person, you can make a bomb in 2 hours. But
oh yeah, his spy explanation.
If you're fucking absolutely insane, you can make a bomb in 20 minutes.
Yeah, spice planning.
So back at the loft, I'm sorry, Diego and Michael. Oh, by the way, I totally skipped a scene in this because I'm such a good podcast producer. There was a scene after Diego had pulled the gun on Michael. They fucking both found out that Concha asked them. Concha told Michael to kill Diego and told Diego to kill Michael, and so now they're in cahoots.
They're in the old crisscross.
They're in cahoots. So, that's apparently maybe what the bomb is for. So Diego and Michael go to place the bomb. But the bodega is closed. Michael pulls on a oh no, I didn't.
This is
skip
that scene.
Part. Nope, I didn't skip that part. Thank God for editing.
You won't edit that. Shut up.
Not for the members. The members are going to be like, this show sucks, and then the people that are listening on the podcast to go, this show kind of sucks. So Diego and Michael go to place the bomb. The bodega is closed because Michael had told Ernie to get out of town. Michael pulls a gun on Diego, saying that Diego was the real target, but it turns out Concha told Michael to kill Diego. Michael tells Diego to get on his knees and face away anyway, holding the gun on him. Diego says that Concha is crazy and is hurting many people, and Diego says to either kill him or to let Diego deal with Concha. And Michael says, well, how would you deal with Concha?
So
a bomb, perhaps, maybe?
Concha told Diego to kill Michael, right?
Yes.
But
right.
Concha never told Michael to kill Diego.
Yes, she did.
She did?
She told him to kill Ernie, but
Ernie.
But also, yeah, I don't know, actually. I rewatched this last night too, but
I think that Michael was just trying to play Diego here.
Yeah, he was just doing it on spec.
yeah. Good job, I guess. It worked.
Yeah.
So
Improv.
Michael says that as a spy, you have to get used to doing bad things for good reasons, or good things for bad reasons. As we watch Diego walking up to Concha's home with the duffel bag. Diego plants the duffel bag inside of her place and walks out and salutes her. As she looks out the window, the house explodes. Michael and Diego share a look as bystanders flee. Michael just casually walks off with sirens in the distance.
And
Now-
everybody's traumatized.
Yeah, that's a big collateral
who knows
damage. 'Cause,
who else was there?
Yeah, somebody else's building was next door, and also I figure like you were saying earlier that there's no cops anywhere. But at this point, I figure they've blown up enough of Miami that there might.
The cops are always there.
Even the dumb law, they play the law enforcement office real dumb in this show. This show's the exact opposite of propaganda, but
The
even dumb
most
law
incompetent.
enforcement, like it would be on the news, like, why is Miami blowing up? Send in the National Guard.
That'll never happen, though.
No, they'd never do that. Nobody would send the National Guard to cities in the United States.
No.
So the next scene, Michael walks into a church to meet Ernie. Michael, clearly not religious, but like whatever. They sit in the pews to pray or discuss the murder that just happened or something like that. I don't know.
The arson,
Michael refuses to take the rest of the money and gives most of the original payment back. Why'd you take the job? Gives most of the original payment back, explaining that he just needed to use the money for a while. Michael dissuades Ernie from telling people what just happened and leaves because, he doesn't want Ernie doing what Ernie's friend did. I forget the guy's name already from episode 1.
Luis? No,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
I know a guy, real good guy. Let me give you his phone number. Here's his name. Here's a picture of what he looks like and his phone number.
He lives behind this nightclub.
So he's just like, don't tell anybody about this. So at this point, Michael is at a restaurant drinking water, and Bly pulls up. When Bly sits down, he has a folder that contains your new life, and Michael says, "Oh, this is awkward," but he's decided not to take the job. Bly says to look through the folder and that it'd be easier for both of them to just take the job. And then Michael pulls out a bigger folder. It's a folder full of extortion. And Michael explains that both of their names are on a business and that Michael has given Bly $100,000. He shows Bly surveillance of their special friendship, including Bly at Michael's place and Bly driving around a much nicer rental car that Michael was kind enough to upgrade him to. Michael says that he wants the dossier on the burn notice, and then Michael drives off in Bly's rental car.
That was a fucking power move right there. I was into that. And I also like that one of the surveillance video photos was of Bly sitting in Michael's house, very comfortably eating a cup of yogurt.
So Sam calls Michael at night, says that Veronica got a big fat apology from Bly, and Sam explains that Michael needs to get ready for the big talk with Fee, who is on her way over. Fee opens the door and Michael hangs up. Fee tries to have the big talk, but Michael is not interested, saying they were unhappy together and that he has the scars to prove it. Fee then proceeds to attack Michael. When Michael fights back, Fee gets extra horny, and then the fight to kiss pipeline happens. The next morning, a noise wakes them both up, and I think they both just pull their guns out because that's what you do when fucking somebody's at your door. And then it's Bly, and he hands Michael some documents, and the documents are the information about the burn notice. The end.
Yeah, and then the episode abruptly ends. The next episode, you find out that it's Fee that put the burn notice on him.
I figured because they heavily implied that in the last few sentences.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I've been saying this the whole time. I've never seen this show. Every fucking episode I say this. Fee put the burn notice on him. Now we're gonna fucking find out.
Yeah.
Unless they like do some fucking stupid shit. That's a Terrence and Phillips special or some fucking stupid thing and they don't play it.
I thought you were saying you actually knew. So
No, I don't. I have no
not
idea. I'm
confirmed
just
yet?
guessing.
Okay.
No. And I'm not going to spoil it for myself and watch the next episode. I'm going to wait until 3 or 4 or 12 weeks until we do the next one of these and we'll find out.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that's really what they were implying.
Of
'cause
course.
Bly's like, have fun with that or something.
Yeah,
and,
of course they would have them fuck, and then he finds out that she's the one that fucked him over. That's just the thing. Also,
Or that
can
she
I
was
say
a
that
party
this is
to it, maybe like because this is she doesn't have the institutional power to do this by herself.
right? And then she'll put it to be someone this wants to save his life or some stupid shit was going to happen. Also, I'm going to say this is a blessedly fucking Marilyn free episode.
Oh, and Nate's been gone for a while too.
Thank the good Lord and Savior, Dark Lord and Savior. Thank you.
Yeah, Marilyn
he's
was
probably getting himself in trouble.
Yeah, Nate's
Yeah, absolutely. With some fucking Russians or fucking some kind of mobster gambling some fucking shit. They don't have a house anymore. Everybody's got to move into the loft. It's just going to be a nightmare.
Well, they need a damsel in distress, and Thea's more of like a femme fatale than a damsel in distress, so Nate will have to do.
Well, she would quit distressing herself over this relationship that Michael's not really interested in, but she keeps kind of fucking shoehorning her way in to his pants, then she would be in less distress.
Yeah, it's weird though, because like at the beginning, like everyone was hitting on Michael, and now like nobody's hitting on Michael.
I know. The hitting on Michael has tapered off severely.
In the last episode, some lady was hitting on him. It's not in this episode. Yeah. So here's the stuff to talk about after segment. Did you enjoy this one, the meaty one? You said this was the best one so far.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one the most so far. It's the as a whole, and I bet Pete would be great about this. Is the cinematography, if you want to call it that, or whatever, was much less choppy. There wasn't so much fucking like
2 episodes ago they had this thing where it was hard to write the script because there was this weird shit where there was little like picture, like a Twitch stream where like there's the browser and the camera.
Yeah.
The person.
yeah. So it was much less, it was much smoother. Even though there was like obvious gaps in the fucking storyline, it was much less jumpy. There wasn't so many like moving villainous characters that were in for like a scene and then out and then they come back. It was just like it was more cohesive, and that made it much more enjoyable. And there wasn't so much jumping around between like Sam and Fee, and then what's going on with Marilyn, and then what's going on with the client, and then what's going on with this. Is like they cut out about 2.5 storylines and just focused on some stuff, and it made it much better.
I thought that the amount of just mayhem that he caused in this episode was a little over the top.
But it was fun.
But yeah, I mean, as long as you can suspend your disbelief, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a documentary?
No, Dave.
All right, so this one is interesting. Was the bad guy cool? Because there's now 2. I thought Concha was actually a pretty cool bad guy.
Yeah.
Just because she was like, it was like there was more of a story sort of to like that she got here and she did organized crime, but that she has like legitimate businesses that she's using to cover, and that she's like the reason she's terrorizing this neighborhood isn't just because she's evil, but because she wants to buy up all the property before they turn it into like, before they gentrify it and put condos in or whatever's going to happen.
Right.
Yep. And Michael murders her.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he
response.
Accessory before the fact.
Yeah. He contributed to the.
And Bly was cool until Bly just gave up, right? Because Bly's supposed to be like an operator, a CIA agent, and you like what Michael did to him was like kind of amateur fucking shit. You'd think that like Bly would be able to trace that shit back, and now they're Barry who, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think that like emote wise, Bly was a much better. I don't know who the actor is, but his character was played a lot better in this episode, because you do see the turn in him when he starts like thinking about that he's gonna get fucking busted for a bunch of fucking shit if he doesn't just fucking let Michael go and get him what he wants. But I mean, if you want to consider like where this episode is in the first season of the series, like this whole time we're 7 episodes in and we're no closer to knowing like who put the burn notice on Michael. It's starting to be a very long time. So the tool in order to get to that has to be like just of a higher quality, I think. And Bly as his kind of secondary foe in this episode really did kind of do a good job trying to like be a foil, and then Michael kind of getting one up on him in a bunch of very smart alecky ways. And then as the last fucking insult to injury, just taking his car. Which was great. Oh, by the way, I got you this fucking upgraded Mustang. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'll teach you to steal yogurt out of my fridge.
That's fucking right. That yogurt cost him a whole lot.
What'd you think of the bad guys, Self?
So I thought that that Diego is more of a sympathetic character than what's her name, Concha.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be a little more like hesitant about how bad the crime was getting
Until he blew a house up.
I was gonna say. Then at the end, he just does some casual murder.
I would call it domestic terrorism.
Yeah, with like probably a lot of innocent bystanders.
Yeah. a little collateral damage.
So then it's like, okay, well, yeah, clearly they're all bad people, but also like they never really explained like all these people that were like part of this crime syndicate in this neighborhood. Why would they leave? Diego's now in charge, right? And at the end, Michael was just like, all right, man, your bodega thing is safe. Don't worry. They're not coming back. And it's like, how would you know that? Why would you know that?
Right.
Well, maybe I'd like all these lower level dudes now have the legend of the crazy guy who just is going to come and fucking smash you up and fucking douse you and down and fucking turpentine and threaten to set your car on fire. And like, it doesn't seem like they didn't infer enough that this particular crime syndicate didn't have like so many capos or whatever, that there was like another head to take the place of the Hydra. So
right, there was only Diego, but Diego seemed like he didn't. Diego seemed like he, in some ways, kind of wanted out.
Yeah, he's out. He's an old guy. He just wants to go retire with his fucking grandkids and shit and drink a fucking margarita, and I don't blame him. So
now they're protected by the legend of Gringo Loco.
Yes.
El Gringo Loco.
Yes, I love it.
So it's a bit of a white savior thing, but not as on the nose as like a Scientology TV video.
No, this is not Voices for Humanity.
So
not even meet a Scientologist.
So this one, we're going to get a different answer. Only character syndrome. Did anyone in the gang talk to anyone about anything that wasn't to do with Michael? And I'm going to say yes, Fiona and Sam.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In fact, most of Fiona and Sam's conversations were about Sam's relationship. And to some extent, Fee tried to make it about her relationship with Michael, but Sam also was like, whatever, lady.
Yeah, Sam doesn't give a shit about Michael, really. I mean, he kind of does, but meh.
I think he's paid to give a shit about Michael.
Right.
He's paid to give a shit about Michael, but really right now he's like in a very precarious position where he's like a homosexual. Like he doesn't have a place to live unless he has a lady, and he needs to get this Cadillac out of this woman. So if she kicks him out, he has a place to sleep or something because he ain't snuggling up with Michael in the loft.
Well, she would keep it in her name, right? Veronica seems like a smart cookie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So did they actually dress Michael well? And you mentioned something about this earlier, Meaty.
I love him in his when he's always dressed better when he's in his other characters, but for some reason, like in just I'm gonna just fuck shit up mode clothes that he had in this episode were like pretty cool, and I really like that one button up shirt he had that had all the green and flowers and stuff on it. That was pretty cool.
But yeah, he was kind of dressed like that game Double Dragon, so that was cool.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in the character selection, you can go Gringo Loco, and then all the outfits for Gringo Loco are fantastic.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really interesting because when they, for whatever reason, they dress him so much better when he's in character. Not just that like he's dressed like a character, but like that he's not wearing this awful tan suit that doesn't like accentuate any of his good features. Like he's in great shape. Like there's a guy in good shape. You can rock a suit like nothing, and he just doesn't rock a suit that well unless he's in character.
Well, but now I just had a thought, and it makes total sense. He looks like a bland asshole when he's not in character because he's supposed to be a blank canvas.
Oh, he's trying to blend in, trying not to get noticed. Yeah. But I would think also to not get noticed, right? In Miami, wouldn't like jeans and a t-shirt be a better? Oh, but then people would be like, oh, when he walks by, because there is a little of that going on, right?
You can't have
if he wasn't like a fucking like a smoke show, this show wouldn't have made it. Like
Like Sam and Fee can't be slipping on snail trails trying to follow behind him through the bar and shit.
So this episode is full of cringy stereotypes, right? The whole Barrio thing, and like this is,
Yep.
Yeah, it's cringy.
And they had Fee dress up like clearly like as a prostitute, like to blend into that area, and it's like, come on, that was very rude to her character. Lady of the night,
lady of the afternoon in this case.
Yeah,
a daywalker we might call her.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. The stereotypes in this one were pretty offensive.
Yeah, and I think that like there's a lot of like. I think that they're trying to play into the fact that there's like a lot of Cuban and Latin culture in Miami, but a lot of times they just do like kind of stereotypical, like, for lack of a better term, like Mexican music. And
Catholic.
And like the little, I'm surprised there weren't just fucking those little candles everywhere. Like, get the fuck out.
It did have Bustelo coffee next to the fucking counter, and I'm very happy about that. That was just like, Bustelo coffee, good.
So how seriously, this is a dumb question. The last question's dumb. This is not taking itself seriously as a spy show.
Well, no, I mean, it does have its moments where it seems to be taking itself a little bit more seriously, but not as a spy show.
Right. And the only, like, the way in which Michael goes after Bly is actually kind of some espionage like shit. And what I do want to say is I want to see more of Barry. Like, I feel like this show, and as much as I love Sam Axe, if the third party in this show, instead of Sam Axe, if Sam Axe would have been like a sort of a recurring character and Barry would have been like the foil to Michael and Fee as like the main character, this would have I think the level of the show would have gone up pretty well, because there could have been like madcap shit where Barry like can't really fire. Like there have been all kinds of ways in which they could have called Barry a pussy over and over and over again, and it would have been pretty funny. But also he has like a skill set that none of them have. He's like a hacker, like a financial criminal, a money launderer. And Sam is basically just Michael in a lot of ways. But a washout and a drunk. So.
Although we did learn that Fee can make pipe bombs in like 20 minutes.
I was shocked to learn that Fee could make a pipe bomb.
That is just a recipe in her repertoire, honey. There's a whole anarchist cookbook behind them baby blues.
Yeah, all she needs is, a couple pipes and some styrofoam and some duct tape.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's like
some gelatin, some glue. Yeah.
Yeah, let me make high explosives out of this like fast food container.
I mean, this show is like a cross between Miami Vice, MacGyver, and the A-Team, right?
Except for very white.
So, well, I don't know. I guess that's the podcast. So, we didn't learn anything, but things are moving along. I like your running theory about the burn notice. I've watched this show before, but I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, I don't know. I guess podcast listeners, thanks for listening to the show. If you want the video of this, including any technical difficulties, flubs, things we had to edit out because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and write back scripts. If you want to see the video of whatever Sylph just did, you can go to patreon.com/echoplex or eplex.store, sign up the $5 a month level or higher, and you can get this show early. Sometimes like a week and a half before I get around to doing the easy part, which is publishing the audio. And you get all of our other stuff on there, and you'll get, assuming this comes out in a timely manner, also on there before everybody else gets it, will be the first episode of Cast of Characters on Jacob Wall, which we're almost done with. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.